Morning, everyone. Welcome. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you, Emily. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ford's Middle School. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful May morning here in person. I want to give a shout out to the weather people who told us it was going to rain today. We have a few special guests I'd first like to thank for joining us. Dr. Zega is here, our superintendent. Mr. Velez is here, Board of Education member. Thank you both for being here. I want to acknowledge and thank our superintendent, Dr. Zega, for his guidance and commitment to seeing our district through these unprecedented and difficult times that we faced over the past year. I applaud you and our Board of Education for the efforts to keep our students and staff safe, while at the same time trying to get us back to some semblance of normal. I thank and appreciate you. I would also like to thank Ms. Vansara, Ms. Oganowski, Mr. Sealander for making today possible. When I went to them and said, hey guys, we're doing Honor Society in person, they said, what can we do? So thank you all for always going above and beyond making Ford's Middle School great, and thank you for always asking, what can we do? At a recent peer group meeting of principals across the state that I participate in, I was asked to share a success story from the past year. A success story the past year. So here's what I told them. Back in January, Dr. Zega came to the principals and said, try to keep things as normal as possible as you imagine and plan the end of the school year. Again, normal as possible. Thanks, Dr. Zega, for the challenge. So for this, one thing we had to do is make sure that we had our Honor Society induction. We didn't have it last year, it was remote, so some of you are getting a taste of it again. How could we do it and still keep the high standards set forth in our Honor Society bylaws? But also we had to make sure we had some kids to induct. So under the circumstances, we knew right away we had to relax the community service requirement. I will tell you personally, I didn't think it was fair to require kids who've been inside for 9 months to do 20 hours or 30 hours of community service when there weren't very many opportunities. We knew it wasn't fair, so we lifted some of that. Free advice, kids, you live in an awesome town. Do community service, give back to it. It's so good to you, make sure that you find the time to give back to it. I know Ms. Oganowski and Ms. Bansara already have you working on some community service activities, but when you're able to, continue to make sure you give back. Next, we had to figure out how many students met the stringent academic achievement standards for the last 2 years. And then finally, we had to find students who exemplified the highest standards of character inside and outside of our classrooms. I'm not gonna lie, that's where I got scared. You see, a lot of kids are struggling right now, it's no secret. Socially, emotionally, academically, kids everywhere are struggling. We were not designed to do school remotely. Honestly, I was afraid we might not have enough kids to induct into an honor society, but here's why we have a success story. We started looking at the candidates, we started narrowing down, looking at grades, looking at conduct and character, and we found 91 students who fit those high standards and were eligible for our Ford's Middle School Honor Society. 91. So I was blown away by this. See, as the principal, I'm CC'd on all of those emails about kids who are not doing their work, who are not attending classes, who are struggling socially and emotionally. I see all of that, and I see a lot of that. But here we had 91 students who, despite missing the critical component of the social part of school, they were crushing it. They were still handling their business and getting their job done. Kids, you're our success story, and I was happy to tell that success story. Unfortunately, we were not able to have all of you here in one ceremony today due to state restrictions. But figuring out how to do this in person was a good problem, and I thank all 91 of you for making it our problem. In a few short weeks, some of you folks will be leaving Ford's Middle School and going on to one of our 3 great high schools here in Woodbridge. There, you will undoubtedly continue your journey to the National Honor Society. Keep being students who understand the importance of working hard in school and having good character. Keep being students who serve the community on your way to being the leaders of tomorrow. Keep being amazing in spite of adversity. Parents, I have 3 kids of my own at home. I have 3 children, 2 boys in 10th grade and a daughter in 7th grade. I've seen firsthand how difficult this year has been. I've seen them frustrated, they can't see their friends. I've heard complaints about remote learning. I know and empathize with exactly what you've seen over the past year. This year's placed tremendous responsibility on you to keep these young people on track academically. Kids, you're amazing, but the folks beside you get some of the credit too. Kids, give your parents a round of applause, please. Thank you. Parents, thank you for sending us 91 wonderful young people. I appreciate you all. Congratulations, everyone. At this time, I'd like to introduce Board of Education member, Mr. Velez.
Thank you, Dr. Perry. Distinguished faculty, students, parents, guardians, and friends. It is a pleasure for me to be here today representing the Board of Education to honor you, the newly elected members of the National Junior Honor Society. On behalf of the board, I would like to extend my hearty congratulations to you. And as you know, admission to the National Junior Honor Society is one of the most impressive accomplishments that can be attained by a middle school student. You have been recognized as an outstanding student, and you should take the opportunity to enjoy this honor and be proud of your achievement. This year, achieving this status is even more notable because you've attained this status during an unprecedented time of virtual learning and hybrid learning. As new challenges face you in the future, I encourage you to use the same determination and commitment to meet those challenges as you use to secure your membership in the most prestigious association. I'm sure that you will rise to meet those new challenges with the same skill and good judgment that brought you here today. I know that you have worked extremely hard to reach this goal, and today you've been set apart from the rest of your classmates. It is my guess, however, that the encouragement and support you received from your parents, guardians, and teachers have also played a large part in your success. They are also to be commended and applauded. I hope that you remember how proud and happy you are today and that you carry this feeling into the future. If you do, I'm confident that you will continue to be successful not only during your middle school years, but throughout your future as well. Thank you for allowing me to share this event with you. And again, on behalf of the Board of Education, Township of Woodbridge, I congratulate you and wish you continued success in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Velez. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Zaga.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Perry and your staff for putting this wonderful event together. Thank you for accepting the challenge for trying to make things as normal as possible for our students and families who need it so very, very much. Congratulations to our National Honor Society inductees and to your parents. This year especially, you've met the challenges that have been brought to you that no other class has ever had to face. So congratulations. I'd like to talk a little bit today about what's bringing us together this morning, and that is, of course, honor. This is an Honor Society induction. I'm sure you're all aware or familiar with what honorable people do. We know that honorable people have good citizenship, honorable people have good character, have integrity, but what exactly is honor? What is the nature of honor? Where does it come from? How do you get it? I'd like to share with you a little bit about what I've learned about honor. Honor is unique because honor is something that you give yourself. No one gives you honor. You give it to yourself. It comes from within. It does not come from without. Here, we're celebrating this morning. We're recognizing your honor. We're not giving it to you. There is no certificate or ceremony or pin to wear on your shirt that gives you honor because you give it to yourself. It comes from here. And you've given it to yourself long before you sat down in your chairs this morning. And that's why we're here to thank you and congratulate you and celebrate you. The other thing about honor is 24/7. You can't be honorable during the week and not honorable on the weekends. It doesn't work that way. By your presence here tonight, you've demonstrated consistent honorable actions, both in the classroom and outside the classroom. Always hold this honor close. Never let anyone take your honor from you. Cherish it and always realize the importance of it. Always realize that it makes you special. It separates you from your peers. And always act honorably. Thank you very much for inviting me this morning. It's truly been an honor. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to bring up Ms. Oganowski, who will begin our induction.
Hi, good morning. It's so nice to see you guys not behind Google Classroom or Zoom for once. So, thank you for all being here. I really appreciate it. Like Dr. Berry said, it's been an interesting year trying to get things together, but we did it, and that's why we're here. So, it's with real enthusiasm that I welcome each of you to this induction ceremony. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Students and their families should all be proud of this wonderful achievement. The love and support these students receive at home is an integral part of why they are being recognized here today. An honor such as this is a wonderful way for the school and community to recognize and celebrate the choices and sometimes the sacrifices you have made. And we all know this year was full of obstacles and missed opportunities. Acceptance into the Fords Middle School Honor Society is proof of academic excellence achieved through effort, patience, diligence, and devotion to learning. It is also a reflection on your leadership and character and who you are as a person. It proves you are someone who can be relied on and counted upon to do something, do it well, and do it with the right reason. You are someone who believes in hard work and teamwork. These are skills and qualities that will serve you well as you continue through school, career, and life itself. What makes you great students will one day make you great citizens and great leaders. Take your talents and step into the world to change it and make it better. Accept the challenge of doing good for others. Become whatever you choose to be, but be capable, caring, and devoted. If we learned anything from this pandemic, it is that you may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can control your attitude and how you deal with it. This year, our members and inductees are participating in multiple service projects. Our first service project is collecting non-perishable items for our local school, our local food pantry. We have set up a bin. Actually, we have it almost filled today. I was showing the students in the school before. We have a rooftop air conditioning box in the girls' locker room that is just completely overflowing with food, so we appreciate that. With the help of students and staff, they made that possible. Our second service project is collecting used eyeglasses for the Lions Club of New Jersey's Recycle for Sight program, which we also have a box that is almost completely full with used recycled eyeglasses. They repurpose these recycled glasses in low-income countries where people lack access to basic eye care. Both of these projects are running until May 21st, so if you need to get stuff in, the bins will be in the office. Our third and final project, which we will be announcing to our inductees soon, is the participation in the Woodbridge Township Recycling Department sponsored cleanup. We've done this in the past. This is part of the Keep Woodbridge Litter-Free with New Jersey Clean Communities initiative. Students will be helping out around the school, their own homes, and local areas to keep it litter-free. Our Honor Society is based on 5 pillars, which we will represent with candles on the table. At this time, I would like to turn it over to a few of our inductees to explain to you what each pillar stands for and what it represents to the Fords Middle School Honor Society. The first pillar is scholarship. You can adjust the mic if you need to. You can take your mask off to talk.
The first pillar represents scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success and can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Candidates have the charge to, as we know, continually expand their world inherent to the qualities, opportunities, and things given through scholarship. Scholarship is much more than just getting straight A's. It is a lifelong love of learning. In the end, it is a sum of small choices. Each time you decide to learn something, the experience will be so rewarding that the next time becomes easier. Soon, learning becomes a habit. At that point, your desire to learn makes getting A's easier while taking the focus off of grades. Knowledge can still be hard to gain, but knowing you've mastered a difficult subject is an awesome reward. Suddenly, the world around you becomes richer and full of learning opportunities. The next pillar is service.
My candle represents service. Service can be described in many various ways. In the routine of day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit for those in need, without monetary compensation or without recognition, is the quality we seek in our members. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities for a better tomorrow. Many see community service as a means to an end. Some might see it as a way to get service points while socializing, while others may view it as an uncomfortable and often inconvenient necessary of middle school life. But is that true community service? Once again, true community service is an attitude. Are you doing it for the right reasons? I'm not saying there won't be Saturday mornings where you'd rather sleep in than paint your heart out. What I'm talking about is that in the end, when it's all done, and you are once again well rested, you can look back and realize that you did something worthwhile, that you helped your fellow man in some way. The next pillar is leadership.
My candle represents leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffective without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed and is not about being elected or appointed to an office. The office does not teach someone how to be a leader. Leadership is an attitude cultivated over time. Are you one to stand up for what you believe in and face the music when that music happens to be unpleasant? Do you have a purpose and follow that purpose to get the ends you desire? Do you have a vision? These are all questions that true leaders answer in the affirmative. But how do you become a leader? Each small decision you make takes one step closer. Remember, the goal is not to get power, but to get your vision and your purpose across. Leaders without visions can be likened to driving in a strange town without a roadmap. You are going to wind up somewhere. It just might not be the best part of town. The next pillar is citizenship.
My candle represents citizenship. Citizenship is the obligation each member of our society faces to live up to the democratic ideals given to us by the founders of our country. Responsibilities each of us has to our home, community, our state, and our nation are many. As good citizens, we are bound to live up to the laws and guidelines which unite us as a civilized society. Good citizens work together to improve not only our lives, but the lives of our fellow citizens. Good citizenship requires that we remain strong and vigilant in our everyday lives. We, the members of our chapter, are called to live up to the high standards of citizenship from this day forward. The next pillar is character.
Character. The final candle represents character. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each of us our individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character that guides one through life and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, striving daily to make the right choices. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities such as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. If there is any one thing that is evidenced by your daily choices, it is your character. I truly believe what Thomas Macaulay said. The measure of a man's real character is what he would do if he knew he would never be found out. What would you do when no one's around? The teacher steps out of the room for a moment while you are taking a test. You know exactly where in your notes the answer to question 23 is. Do you look? Minimal chance of being caught. The answer to this question is the key to your true character. For while being honest and honorable when others are watching is important, being true to yourself is most important. In the end, these private day-to-day decisions will eventually reveal your true character to the world.
Thank you. This time I did want to say a big thank you to Bruno Martins from Woodbridge TV. This guy shows up to everything at a moment's notice. And besides embarrassing him and thanking him, the reason I point him out in the back is because as Ms. Vansera comes up and starts calling your names, what you need to do, because remember folks, kids, this is for your parents too. You're gonna stand up and you're gonna turn around and wave to the camera. So that way they have your face on TV forever and ever. So that's the procedure, okay? So when we call your name, just stand up, turn around, wave to the camera, and then you can turn around and sit down. All right, but don't do it super fast. This isn't whack-a-mole, all right? We don't want kids bouncing up and down, all right? We're good with that, folks? Thank you. Ms. Vansera.
Good morning. Let us now recognize each member of the Fords Middle School Honor Society. When your name is called, please stand up to be recognized. Isaiah Acevedo. Amanda Alberton. Alexander Alcantara. Akil Ali. Aliyah Ali. Muhammad Ali. Iyad Amir. Ameri Aracena. Daniel Arbial. Camila Arenas. Brett Austin. Angelise Ben Mahado. Crystal Boake. Emily Breen. Tatiana Camillo. Miles Carino. Ruby Sincagrana. Richard Concord. Gavin Costello. Rose Deignan. Jason De Los Reyes. Jasleen Dieguez. Michaela Dumas. Aileen Espino. Jethin Esquivel. Nikita Garuda. Newton Gaguki. Oriel Falula Chidado. John Matthew Gloria. Jaden Gonzalez. Azrea Gordon. Isaiah Guzman. Arielis Holguin. Tyler Holloway. Sophia Holness. Nayeli Howell. Wajia Jaluli. Angelo Joffrey Sensi. Sean Young. Rhea Khan. Madeline Kiefer. Zion Kadua. Catherine Katsianas. Vincent Lamorte. Justin Lee. And Jacob Lowry. Will all the inductees please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to be the first to congratulate the 2020-2021 members of the Fords Middle School Honor Society.
Thank you. You guys can be seated. Parents, you know that was so much fun watching your kids squirm as they had to turn around and wave. So thank you, everybody, for playing along with us. So that concludes our ceremony for this morning. Again, I want to congratulate you all and thank you all, parents. I know what you're going through, and I appreciate you taking time out and coming here today with so many other things going on.